It's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Get that bag.
Good afternoon and welcome back. Seems like I just saw you guys a few hours ago. I guess that literally is what happened. So, got my man Tori here, and Tori here in the Memphis area, and we're here to talk about.
Good morning.
Oh yeah. We're here to answer your questions about wholesaling real estate. Well, we're here to answer your question about real estate investing with a strong emphasis on wholesaling real estate. And we're here to hopefully evaluate some properties, which that's what a lot of you guys like for us to do with you. So here's an opportunity to get your property comped. And I'll even give you my 2 cents on what you probably should offer. Now, we don't ask for much. Please like and share this. And subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, even on Twitch, Pinterest, all over the place. We can always do better for sure, which we're trying. So what's going on, Tori?
And I was just going to mention, if you're on YouTube, clicking the notification bell, that way you get the notification.
Yeah, select all when you do that bell. Hit the bell and select all. Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
So you are notified. I hate they put you through that extra step, but whatever. What do I know? Yeah, so I think we had a pretty good show last night. We sort of went through.
Yeah, I saw that you showed the video on the live.
Oh yeah, I showed it a couple of times. Y'all saw it Wednesday that were here. So we edited it down a little bit because it was total like 8 minutes. So I think I picked out the highlights or whatever, sort of rearranged. And he's
has he gotten in touch to do his full testimonial? But
I reached out to him through the DM. He responded back. So we hadn't put that together. He may not want to do it, which is fine. That's understandable.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true. And so and that's cool. Whatever. I really appreciate him joining us the other day. So, I sent him my my number or whatever. So, and
the other question is about the did he get the names and numbers blocked out on the investor base?
He has the numbers blocked out. I don't know if he's done the names yet. When I looked at it yesterday, when I had to use it yesterday, the names were, I didn't even pay attention. Let me see.
Still visible.
Yeah, let me see. I didn't even pay attention. Let me see here.
And I already have an address.
Oh, ready to go? Okay, cool.
Yeah, Breezy Man.
No, the names are still there.
Okay.
The names are still there. So, all right. So you got Breezy Man.
Breezy Man says, "Can you come?" This is Tallahassee, Florida.
Tallahassee, Florida.
Did you see the stuff going on in Miami when it's flooding and stuff?
With the flooding and stuff, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah. All right. Investor base. All right. So we're going to be using multiple tools here, which I'll show you guys here in a moment. But what's that address?
It is a 906, and I'll spell the street address. Name is Alliegood, Ollie Good.
Ollie, Tallahassee. Okay. All right. Let me remove that. Say that. Ollie Good Court. See what we got here. All right, so I have to do a little prep work in the background because using the tool we use to see what type of activities buyers are in the area. It provides actual owner information and contact information. Well, just owner information now. And YouTube, they don't like that. So YouTube, we removed it. If the bots and the AI are listening, we removed it. You understand
It's
that?
gone, right? Just in case they're watching. They're always watching.
Always watching you. Somebody's watching me. All right, so I'm just building a case here. So give me a second, guys, and it'll make a lot more sense here whenever we get to where we need to go. All right, so yeah, we're gonna do that too. 195. Yeah, we got some good stuff in here. Yeah, that was a good rehab right there. Okay, that's another one. That was a good rehab too. Hey boys doing. Okay, 130. All right, so now I can share my screen with no resilience here. So let me pull up. So, boom. Okay, so we're using, we're using Zomps. That's free. You can go to zomps.com and you'll see here in a moment in action. Has to be used on a desktop or a laptop. It's a Google Chrome extension, but just select the blue button here. Trying to build a self-storage list, you can select that also. The training is there. All right, and then we're using cashbuyer.ai by way of investor base. You can access that by texting the word boss to 205, that's BOSS, to 205 205 964 5243. All right, so where are we? Okay, so here we are. Okay, so our property, we made that the target. That's the one here in the light, I guess, pink or whatever. And the property is a 1982 build and it's 28 square feet. So now what we do is we go over here and start to determine, what buyers are willing to pay. I built a case here based on these are flippers. Okay, so according to this, and I have to do a little filtering here, they're paying around 157, for the properties. Now, some of these properties are bigger than others, and that factors in or whatever. But and like I say, I'll make the adjustment here, try to hone in on what's more normal here. What is that? 195. How big was that one? 15. They sold for 270. Okay. All right. So this first one up here, I'm definitely going to get rid of it though, because it's a little bigger than everything, and they paid. Well, I say that they still only paid 70% though. Some of these people got some really good deals in here because they paid. One person here paid 49% of ARV. They paid 150, 300, and sold it for 306. Now I don't know what the repairs would have been on it. It's a big house, so that may go into why they paid that much for. That lesser amount because of the renovation costs, because it's larger. They paid 35%. But that was a smaller house. They paid 105 for it and sold it for 293. All right, so these are a little bit all over the place. So let me just try to do something realistic here. I obviously can get great deals, right? So I'm going to eliminate this when they bought for 132 and sold for 175. That ain't what we're looking for. The average price sold up here, we have that also. 306, 293, 270. Ours is closer on these bigger ones. So I'm going to get rid of these smaller ones down here based on square footage. So it's really just a process of elimination. You're trying to get likes to likes as much as possible. All right, this one here. So ours is 1,800 square feet. So we got 1,300, 1,500, 1,900, 2,300. All right, and this one at 1,300, they got a really good deal on that one. They only paid 35%. Ugh. I'm going to get rid of that one too, right? And looks like we're more in line around probably, what is it, 64% if you round up. Looks like we're more around this, man, that one's sticking out like a sore thumb. They got a good deal on that one too. But it's 1,900 square feet. But even though my man, he paid more up here. Like I'm trying to be like, again, conservative here to make sure we're getting proper numbers here, right? I think it'll balance out though, because pay 250 here, but they only pay 150 here, right? And then 195, which is sort of in the middle. So I think it balances out, right? So you definitely need to be below 200 to make money, because they're willing to pay. Got 195 right here. We got 250, got 150. I'm going to be more on the side, if you can get this property for around 150 to 175, you may be able to wholesale it for around 200. Now, if we just run the numbers based on the calculator here on top of that, your suggested ARV is 290, right? So, it's exactly, now depending on the repairs, let's try to look and see if we see what condition of this is. We can't tell. Now, this house, I have no idea what it's going to cost to renovate, right? It looks from the outside, looking like it's not in that bad of shape, right? And so now, based on the calculator here, what we do is we do livable $25 times the square footage, which is 1,828. That's a little over 45,000, and not livable would be a lot more. It would be 73,000. So we know it ain't that. I'm assuming that it's livable, right? Now, based on these numbers, now it's saying we're trying to make 10,000 right here. Now, if we do like I normally do, we do 10% of the ARV, which would be like 29,000. So basically 30 grand. So that would change the number. But if you're cool with 10,000, then you need to be, like I said, around 150, or less. I said 150 to 175, but looks like it will probably be more a 150 or less. So I'm going to go ahead and put the 30 in here that we want to make. So again, so your range is basically going to be about 130 to 150 where you need to be, assuming you want to make between 10 to 30 grand, right? So there you go.
150.
Yeah.
Okay.
125 to 150.
Someone was asking when you was pulling that up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Savvy Investments asks, what is it you can't find an exact comp? And then they ask, what about repairs?
Well, I went through the repair part of it. If it's livable, multiply times $25. If it's not livable, $40. Now that ain't set in stone. It's going to be other factors. If you're dealing in much higher end areas, those numbers will go up. Or if you're dealing in much lower end areas, but generally speaking, that'll work for what we're trying to do, right? We just need a ballpark number. It's not going to be an exact number. You can send 3 contractors out to a house, and they'll come back with 3 different numbers. And you give them all the same instructions, they'll come back with 3 different quotes, is what I'm trying to say. So, but the calculator does it for you. And then what was the first part of that question?
He was asking, or this person
Oh,
was asking, what is it?
on one comp. Well, as you notice, I still have 3 of them up here, and so now what I'm trying to do is compare likes to likes as much as possible. And so these averages up here tell me other, give me a real snapshot. So the average previous sold, that's what the flipper bought it for, which would mean that what they would get it from you for as the wholesaler was 198. So basically 200 grand. The average percentage of ARV is 65%. And I didn't even change that up there. So those number may change even more. Let me do, but so they were paying 70% up to 70%. I think we're good. 65 to 70 is good. We don't want to have to go back to that. So 125 to 150, I think you're in the game. Because it's a huge house in the sense, they get bigger, of course, but 1828 square feet is a decent sized house. And so those repairs are going to add up on just updating. So.
And Breezy Man is asking, what do you do when you can't find the homeowner's contact number? Usually the number you find is not in service.
When you can't find the homeowner's contact information, now there are different levels of skip tracing. And the first thing I'm going to do, if it's somewhere local, I'm going to go over and I'm just going to drive up and down that street till I see someone I think that's pleasant that lives, it looks like they live in that area, and ask them, hey, what's going on with this house right here? And a lot of times they're going to know, and a lot of times they're going to know who to contact, because they probably are tired. If it's sticking out like a sore thumb in a particular neighborhood, they're going to be, even if it's not, but it's vacant. But definitely if it's like, it's an eyesore in the neighborhood, they're going to be glad to try to, well, not everybody, but most people will be glad if you can do something with it so it won't keep, making their neighborhood look bad or whatever, which could affect values in some sense, or whatever, in the sense of perception. So ask a neighbor first. If that doesn't work, then, if the mailing address is different from the target address, then send something in the mail. I would try to send it UPS or FedEx to increase the chances of them receiving it. So.
All right. The next one address comes from Holiday from Instagram. Mm-hmm. And this is in St. Cloud, Florida.
All right. Let me stop sharing again. Okay, let me close all these windows. All right. So what's that address?
Okay, that one is 609 Avocado Street.
Avocado Street.
AVOCADO.
And what city?
St. Cloud, Florida, 34769.
Okay. St. Cloud. Okay. Interesting. All right. I'll add that. Make it the target. Do my little search here to see what they got going. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? All right. Here we guys. Okay, so not just a ton of activity in here. Got one flip going on. Got a landlord right there. Landlord. Oh, these properties are selling in the, well, a couple of them sold in the millions. Okay. I wonder if that was a package or was that. So what I'm about to do is go back in time on this one here. Go back 2 years instead of one. I know you guys we're not showing what I'm doing because of
privacy issues.
Yeah, they tripping me. Okay, so we got 2 of them to go by right there. And okay, so we got basically about 3 of them to go by. So we'll use these 3. All right, boom. 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 And what we got here? Oh, that's the one sold for $1 million. Okay, so let's see here. Okay. We got a case built here. All right, cool. All right, let's see what the case says here. All right. Let me share my screen. And here we go. All right, so your property is built in 1971, 79, 73, 84. We would like better on a couple of these, but we have to go with nearest and best. 2240 square feet. Everything here is smaller. But just going over here, looking at the average ARV, we got 74%, 70%, 63%. It averages out to 69. So that's close to the norm. The average purchase price, we got a low one in here because it's a lot smaller. And I'm gonna throw that one out. So that raises this up a little bit. Average purchase price is around 284. So yours is bigger than these. So I would more say probably based on the average price per square foot is 251 on the total sold, and the average sale is 392. I'm assuming you're going to be able to capture this number right here, right? Because yours is bigger. And you know the average price per square foot, if we multiply that times our square foot, that's how we get this number right here. So with that being said, so what is that, like 50 grand more? No, 70 grand more. Okay, so I wonder what all right, let's do this. Let's go ahead and hit the calculator. So we're at 72%. So let's do that. And that house looks like it's in pretty good shape. Damn it. Let me go back. All right, let me open this up. Really don't show us anything, but looks like it's in good shape, I guess. But it, even updating this older house, gonna take a little bread to renovate it. So let's change this back to 72%. And okay, so something like this, we're trying to make 50, at least, well, 10% will be 56 grand. So we'll just say 50,000, just for simplicity's sake. All right, so you got a lot of room. So I was thinking 300, but it's right around where we are. It's 284. So 300 or less, you should be able to move it probably for 350 or so, because they're averaging paying 284. And like I said, it's $70,000 difference right here. Look how that actually is amazing how that worked out. Even with the calculator, it still came back out to you need to be 300 or less if you're trying to make 50, because you'll try to move it around 350. That's 348, so that's close to 350. All right, so with the seller, 300 or less. If you're trying to make 50 grand, that means you got a lot of negotiating room, because 25 grand ain't nothing to sneeze at. 10 grand ain't nothing to sneeze at, or whatever. But but your target is 50 based on the way I'm going about it, and you would market it at 350. So there you go.
All righty. So the next one comes from Ant on YouTube.
Okay.
And this is in Broomfield, Colorado.
Broomfield. All right, what's the address?
820 Lotus Way.
820 Lotus Way, Broomfield, Colorado. All right, let me make it the target. Let me grab the address. Paste. All right, we did 2 miles. I ain't gonna do that. Boom. All right, so we got some good stuff in here. Got some good flips close by. So 2 for sure. Better build a good case here. So that's 1. All right, this is 2. Yeah. This is 3. Yeah, this is 4. This is 5. Yeah, they did some good rehabs on these, baby. We'll throw this one in there too, just for GP. Boom. All right, so we got a good case built here. See what we got. Sweet daddy draw. All right. So boom. Okay, so your property is a 1951 build. We got a 65, 61, 57. Those all in the same lane. We're like going to be a little newer. But look at these percentages that they're paying. The highest is 66%. So the average is out to about 58. All right. And the square footages, everything, not everything, but a lot of these are over 3,000 square feet. Couple of these are, well, one of them just under 2,000 square feet. The price per square foot that they're selling for, all of that's close to each other. So that averages out to 265. And the percentage ARV, as I said, we got a one outlier here where they got it at 40%. We're going to throw that one out. You know, that they got a really good deal there. All right. Some of the rest of these. So this averages out to 61. We got a 54 in here. That was a good deal too. Guess I'll leave it in because of the size of it. Okay, so we're averaging out to around about 62% if you round that up. And so now what they're paying, the one that was similar to ours, they paid $500 for it, right? And so a lot of these are smaller. This one, $3,200, they only paid $430 for it. And then this one that's 20, see, they paid $26 for it. So I'm sorry, they paid $390 for it, my bad. $380. So okay, so we got that range, so around $400 or so. So what I'm gonna do is the ones that are closer in size to ours, I'm just gonna keep those because that's a real reflection, right? I don't have to try to adjust because both of those are over 3,000 square feet and ours is 3,100 square feet. So like I say, we're still at 62%. So the average on that is 465. So real simple on this one. So they'll pay 450 plus. Well, right here it says 465, even up to 500, right? So ideally, you probably want to be, because if you're trying to capture the ARV is on this is 731,000. So with 70 grand, ideally, if you're trying to do that 10% and try to make 70 grand on something like this. So ideally, let's see how if I run it through the calculator and I put 70,000 in here and change this to 62. Okay, so now this is saying 305. You can go up a little more than that, right? I don't know if it would cost that much to renovate this. I don't know the inside of it or whatever, but just assuming these numbers are correct as far as that. I would say if you could get this property for anything in the threes, you're gonna hit a home run. Even if it's in the high threes, you'll hit a good payday. But I'm gonna say 400 or less is the number. 400 or less on it. Now it's a big house. Again, even it's a little higher end, I'm assuming. But the numbers are the numbers. So if you can get it around 400 or less, what did they say? They put a price on it?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. That wasn't the person that said 315. That was something else. Might have been something.
Yeah, that was something else. Yeah,
that was something else I was looking at. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's how we build the case for what you need to do. This is how you avoid bad real estate deals by knowing the numbers.
Oh, he did put in here $599. I guess that's what they're asking.
Yeah, they're in La La Land. They want what they want. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah, $599. Yeah, they ask too much.
Yeah.
Okay. Quentin Lewis has a question. Do you leave the copy of the purchase and sale agreement with the seller?
Let me ask you a question, Torian.
Yes.
Anything that you sign, do you want a copy of it?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
Although everybody might not require that, but
yeah, they might not require it, but just good business practice.
Business practice, though, definitely.
Yeah, you want a copy, you need to give them a copy also.
All right. Keziah King put in a vacant lot that's in what's this? Cape Coral? Is that Florida? I guess.
Oh yeah, it's Cape Coral, Florida. It is. What's the address?
Lot.
What's the address?
It is 1246 Northeast 40th Terrace. Yeah.
All right. So this is a listed property. And it's pending. Do they have it on the contract? Before I go deep in, do they have it on the contract? What I'm showing is pending. What else we got?
All right. So she actually submitted a different address. I guess it's a vacant lot as well. I guess we could see if it's listed too. What you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This one is in Lehigh Acres, Florida, and it's 235 Nebraska Avenue. And she just responds. She said, "Yes, I have it on the contract with her now. Just checking the numbers."
How much?
Yeah, how much? Because
All right, on this one here, been on the market 7 days, high save rate. So let's see if we can build a case for it.
She's saying 52,500 on the previous.
I can already tell you that you don't have that one cheap enough. If it's listed for the number 55, I wouldn't have put it on the contract for nothing half of that number. It would have to be at least 27 and less, which is half on that one. All right, on this one here, I need to find it on Google Maps. I guess I can share my screen on this. I won't be using investor base. All right, so here's the listing. Sell by owner. See if we can locate this bad boy. Did you ever watch House of Dragon? Did you get into that?
Well, yeah, I've watched that. In fact, I watched that before I started watching Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't get into Game of Thrones until you really got on me about it, but I had already watched that because that
House.
That's about to come back out, right?
Sunday.
Yeah. So I've watched that. Yeah, so it's gonna make more sense to me now that I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but yeah.
Oh yeah. It makes all more sense now. Mm-hmm. Even though it's hundreds of years before, but it still sort of has the relevance.
The dragons, I think, is what makes it interesting,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a definite twist.
Exactly. The dragons is everything,
Yeah, dragons.
So what I never asked you this, Ty. What did you think about the ending of Game of Thrones?
It was what they should have done. I didn't like it. I didn't like it in the
And
sense.
everybody I talk to about it, they always say, I didn't like the ending. And I was okay with it simply because Jon Snow never wanted to be the king. He never wanted to be the king.
I didn't really care about that part of it. It seemed like it was rushed to me.
Okay.
That's the thing. It seems rushed.
But my understanding is that the original guy that wrote Game of Thrones,
Yeah.
he ended it when Jon Snow died.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was reading about. Like they made up the rest of it. That was my understanding. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to.
But go ahead. We can go on and on.
No. We can talk while I'm looking for this. But yeah. So what I thought they should have done, because they rushed it. They should have turned that last season into like 3 movies, in my opinion.
Oh wow.
In theater.
About what though?
about the last, you know what I'm saying? So
because you had Jon Snow, then his 2 sisters. So
no, I'm just saying it seems like they just rushed that last season to me. It seems like it. Because it was only 8 episodes, they normally do 10. Okay. If my memory serves me correctly on it. Let me see. Okay, so we're up in here. Man, so they selling the crap out of lots up in here. Oh my God. So 90 days is too long.
This is in Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. So that price that they have on this one, they're asking what lots are selling for. Oh, I did it anyway. That they're selling them for what lots appear to be selling for in here: 19, 16, 14, 18, 17. So, and that's what they're asking. So now this is a listed property. I would make an offer of $5,000,
Okay.
And just see where they go or whatever. So I probably wouldn't do more than 8.
And basically what I'm understanding by making that offer is because somebody else can see the listed property.
Oh yeah,
so it need to be a significant discount.
Yeah, it needs to be a significant discount, and I'm going to try to get them, if they agree to play ball with you, to get them to remove it or whatever. Ideally, that's like, the goal. I know that's what we're doing on the ones that we, put the training I put out there last Friday for you guys. Is, that's part of the process. Number one, do they want to work with us on the basis that we're going to be showing it to our other investors, right? You're letting them know you're wholesaling without saying it, without using the term wholesaling. Number two, hopefully they want to owner finance, not a deal breaker, but if they don't, we're going to have to probably have a significant price drop, right, on what they're asking. Then the final piece, okay, we do the contract, we're still going to have to do a contract, and they're going to have to remove the listing. If they don't want to remove the listing, it's probably going to be a deal breaker.
Boom.
So,
okay. Let's see here. Okay, so Molo LV submitted a property. It says it's in Tacoma, Washington. The property is burnt, so I didn't get the exact address. It's in between those 2 addresses. Okay, so he gave me 2 different addresses on Puget, I guess the street name. So I guess the house is in between these 2 houses.
What are the 2 house numbers? What are the 2 houses?
One of them is 4510 Puget, and the other one is 4518.
So ours should be 4514.
Should be.
How you spell Puget?
Puget.
Puget.
ET in Tacoma, Washington.
Okay. Puget, south side, Tacoma. Now, this is an active listing, right? I don't know if they know that. It's an active listing with a realtor, okay? And it's been on the market 126 days, getting very little views here. Let me see, how bad is it burnt? Looks to be pretty bad. So let's still look at it. And I can just tell you again now. I prefer not to comp these unless you actually have buyers that are willing to work, do deals that are already listed with realtors, right? A lot of buyers don't like to do that. It could be a total time waster. But I'm gonna still run it just because I think we can pull some good numbers somewhere like this. But they did a horrible job on the photos as far as how many are burnt and all that stuff. You know, that would have helped a lot. But let's see what we got though. So they paid 75 for that one. Let me make sure I add it first. Oh, they treat it as a vacant lot. Oh, okay. Okay, they treating this as a vacant lot. Whenever I added it to what the notes say, development opportunity. Yeah, they treating this as a vacant lot for 350. So now we need to see what houses are selling for in that area because I'm showing 230, 346. That's way too much. I'm sorry. Let me back up. Okay, so I'm showing 420, 510, 410, 374. I don't even have to look that one up. 350 is way too much on a vacant lot. And then it still has to be torn down. That's probably another 30 grand right there and hauled off. And well, it may not be that much. It's different from market to market. Well, out there it probably is that much. And so normally you're trying to get a lot around, well, for 10% or less of what houses are selling for. So I'm gonna use the number 400. So you're trying to get that lot for maybe like let's see what the size of these houses are. So that one's 1,400 square feet, 700. These houses are small though. They've been some really small houses and selling them for that much. So maybe, okay, so we'll just say to build a house is going to probably cost you $200 a square foot, right? So that's 200 grand right there. So 240, maybe out there, maybe a little bit more, because I think in California, my man Alan said they charge around $300 a square foot. So it may be about 250. So it's probably going to cost you about 250 to 300. We're just going to use the number 300 to build, right? And then you can sell it for 400. You still got to pay a real estate agent. So yeah, that lot, 40 grand max on probably what you can probably 30 to 40 what you'll get it for. Maybe you can move it for, I don't know, 60 or 70, but 350, they're in la land. That one would probably be a total time waster, in my opinion.
Okay. Let's see here. Went there. All right. Savvy Investments from Instagram has a property in Chicago, Illinois.
Chicago. Some of the best. All right. What's the address? We ain't did the shot town. I don't think we did shot town yet since we've been doing this.
I don't think we have. I don't think it's 5126 South Hermitage Avenue.
Used to be one of my main players, but once they passed that law, I guess people saw it drown it out a little bit. So
it's about the non-disclosure.
Are
you saying you can't host it? Okay.
Yeah, you have to have a license up there, so it probably hurt a little bit interest up there, whatever. So all right, but this is a multi-family according to this. So but let me run the numbers here. Let me see what we got. I'm sure we're gonna have a immense amount of activity here. Shut down. Well, it's not as much as I thought. Not as much as I thought. All right, so 0 on that. Okay, they pay only 34. Pay 30. Oh, this is in a little lower end here. Okay. 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 And what's the deal with this one? Looks livable. Definitely needs work, but livable. Some people say, I never live there. Let me go out 2 miles. I'm surprised it didn't pull more in that area. Okay, there we go. Yeah, looks like these houses are really cheap in here. Let's do this. I'm just gonna switch it over. I know you all can't see what I'm doing right now. I can't show it to you. But because of YouTube would trip on us, because it provides information on the owner. Let me add that one. Let me add this one, because it's definitely not going to be a fix and flip. Let me add this one. It's big too. What is this here? Something that, oh, it's a part mine. Okay. Let me add this one. So that's a 510. Oh, wow. 300. Oh, it must flips over once you. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna add this one. 75. We're gonna add. Let me see. Some of the best I've never had.
While you're looking for that, Keziah mentioned that 235 Nebraska Avenue.
Yeah.
She's saying she offered her 17K and flip it for 22, but wasn't they buying it at 17? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's online for 22. I mean for 17. You know, no, that ain't the game we're in, Kanaya, or whatever.
Keziah.
That's not the game we're in, baby girl. See, the market is already telling you it's either price, full price, or overpriced because nobody's bought it. Stuff don't last if it's a great deal. So you got to get it cheaper than that. You got to get it cheaper than that.
Because you mentioned what, 5,000?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, here we go. Okay, so ours is 2,500 square feet, so none of these are that. I'm gonna get rid of this one that doesn't have square footage on it. Ours is a 1900 build. All of these are, either close or then we got this 1968. Why it don't have no numbers? Okay, so now again, yours is a lot bigger than these, right? But the sales price on what they purchased them for is, I'm gonna get rid of this 40. It averages around 94,000 at around, I can get rid of this one too, around $94 a square foot. So, and then that's a multi-family. Now it's going to take a lot of money to fix this thing, right? So if we get in here and start looking at those numbers, now it's a lower end area. So I would probably move this. Well, it's probably going to cost that to renovate this. All right. So normally I'm trying to make 10% of that number to 240,000. So 25,000 would be our number. So I would be trying to get this at 80 or less and try to sell it around 105 or so. And if you can get them to owner finance it, it'll be even better. Hold a note, act as the bank, ask them, I assume you bought this multifamily property because you love cash flow. What if you could still receive the cash flow without the landlording headaches and receive payments like a bank? Let's do a deal.
All righty. Molo LV is saying this is a commercial property in Tacoma, Washington.
What is it? What is it?
Doesn't say.
You need to tell me what it is, guys. Unless it's multifamily, and that'd be hard. And well, I did that. Multifamily, self-storage, hotel, motels. I'm not going to probably be able to tell you, or warehouse maybe. If it's just some random gas station, former restaurant or something like that, no way I can tell you. No way I can tell you.
All righty. And yeah, I just pulled it up. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But Yana has a question. Are there any fees and payments we should be aware of from the seller before putting the property under contract?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. So the next one comes from Facebook. And Day, she has several questions.
Okay.
So I'll start off with the beginning. I have a question. I finally signed my first contract. The buyer and I are partnering on this deal. We might go see the property together tomorrow, and the seller will be there. Is it okay for the buyer to ask what he would like? The buyer
Well,
is
yeah. Yeah, if you all have already established that, well, number one, I'm assuming you have it under contract. Number two, if you all have already established that relationship where they know what your position is, then yeah, it's cool. You're going to be there. So as long as they, they know pricing is going to be done, negotiations are going to be done through you, then you'll be fine. Should be. But if that agent / buyer flips out on you, then hey, that make it easy for you not to do business with them anymore. So even if it costs you this deal, you just, in the famous words of the great Ron LeGrand, you just went to a seminar.
A seminar.
Mm-hmm.
Another question is that me and the seller already signed the contract, which is your one-page contract. Does the buyer sign it now as well, or does the buyer not sign anything until closing?
The buyer, you could use the same contract template, but the buyer will be, you and the buyer will be signing, a different contract. It could be the same template, but a different contract. It's not going to be the same contract that you and the seller have. But I have a video that goes into detail on how to do that. If you go to YouTube and do a search for Flip Man and contract, probably my most recent video will come up, on that. So.
And the question is, if the buyer doesn't sign into the closing, on that contract, is that where I will see the assignment fee?
Well, no, that's
how I will be getting paid.
Yeah, that's basically what I just answered, is that it's going to be a separate contract. Your assignment fee is going to be the difference of contract with the seller, which should be lower than the contract that you have with the buyer. You get the difference.
Oh, okay. She said that the title company was asking about that when she showed them the contract.
All right. So where she said she was at?
Where's Dave? She didn't say.
Okay. Yeah, you may want to deal with a title company, since the buyer's allowing you to dictate that. That's more familiar with the wholesale process. And you can just join my Facebook group, Wholesaling Real Estate with the Flip Man, and just ask who can recommend a wholesaler friendly title company in whatever XYZ city.
She's saying she's in Texas.
Texas is a big state. Where?
Austin, Texas.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Molo LV submitted another property. This property is burnt. I remember you saying that it probably will have to be land. She perhaps provides the address, which is in Tacoma, Washington as well.
Okay.
It's 933 South Sprague, Sprague, in Tacoma, Washington. And they're also saying that 939 South Sprague looks like it's a vacant lot as well.
Now, you said 933 South Sprague Avenue,
yeah.
Unless they just tore this house down. There appears to be a house there. But let me see what Google says.
Okay.
That could have happened.
They didn't say avenue or street or.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm showing. That's a burnt. It must be a burnt too. It's a burnout also.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how much is so let me see what the houses are selling for in here. Some of the best cooking I ever had. All right. It's oh, I got landlords only. Let's do both. Okay, some activity. So we're showing 460, 482, 525, 775, 525. Okay, we had that. Let's see. 700. Okay, 405. What's this down here? 506. 397. Okay. Let me see. Let me search it by the lot first. Let me do that. So we'll add this. Well, not really. Let me zoom out so I can share my screen here. Here we go. So your property is right in here somewhere. Okay, so this is the main street right here. All right, so I'm glad they went back to the old thing here. That was terrible. We're gonna stay right. I think it's on this side of the page. We're just gonna see if we got any. I'm gonna reset the filters. We'll do lots and deselect all. Do lots and land, and we only have one lot that is sold in here. And look like that may have been a commercial. That was 0.38 acres. But that didn't work, Torian. And so now we'll look at houses. And let's do the last 30 days so we can get rid of a lot of these. That didn't work. So 375, boom, 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 boom. So the top is 650, so May can get away with that. Let me do the last 90 days closer to spread. So 465. Let's do 6 months. Trying to see if I can get more in here. 465. How big was this house? It was 1,400 square feet. Okay, so now the house going to have to be demolished, so that's a cost in itself. Like I said, we want to try to probably be about 10%, but you got the cost of the demo that has to be included in that and hauled off. So this house got to be definitely got to be under 50 grand. I'm thinking closer to maybe you know what, probably around between 30, maybe 40. You may be able to move it for 60 or so, or whatever. So assuming that it's hard for me to, without knowing what it costs per square foot to build, but I'm assuming out there it's going to be similar to LA or whatever. So maybe anywhere from $200 to $300 a square foot. I'm gonna go on the higher end. 1,500 square foot house gonna cost you. Well, you ain't got to be that big, but if you did, that'll be $450. Nah, that wouldn't work then, because that wouldn't be enough money for somebody to spend on that. Let's do this. I'm gonna use $250. I'm totally guessing, but I'm just using $250. $250. I keep doing it. 250 times 1,500. Okay, so that owns 375, right? So that leaves 200 grand. So so if you can sell it for we'll go with it since it's a brand new construction. What was that? 375. What did I say? 1,500 times 250. 250. That's 375. So 600. So that's what 225. So 600. All right, and they normally try to do 20%. So it's just some back of the napkin stuff. Yeah, that would be worth it. So yeah, so if you can get it, get it for maybe around 30 grand, 30 to 40. I think you should be able to move it for 60 or 70.
All right. That's the firm. All right. So I have one from Rashid Sanders in Smyrna, Georgia.
Smyrna. From the Kingdom of Smyrna. What's the address?
3293 High Dove Way.
High Dove, one word?
Let's see. Yes. No, 2 words.
High Dove Way. 3293?
Yes. It says number 16, so I'm thinking it's a townhouse or something like that.
Okay, I have a 3293 High Dove Way.
Yeah, number 16, so it must be like a condo or
townhouse. Okay. I'm not finding that exact one. But I can
number
use
16.
I can use what's already has sold in here. Let me see if it'll pull up in my thing here. Let's see. So what is that? It says a condo. Yes, a townhouse. Okay, cool. All right. I think this is the first time I've used that. Townhouse. All right, I won't be able to do it that way. So we can go ahead and share my screen. All right, we've been in, we've been an hour now. Okay, so we got that one added. Let me remove this Tacoma, make this the target, and let's see what we got in here. What's up? So let's do that. Boom, there we go. All right, so we're going to reset our filters, and we're going to do townhouses. Boom. We got tons of activity in here. Tons of them. All right, so let's do the last 90 days, see what happens. Okay, nothing. Last 6 months. Nothing. Let's do the last 12 months. We got some activity. All right, so let's use our draw tool here. Hit apply. And let's see what we got. All right. Townhouse. Okay. This one was built in 2015. That's an outlier. When is it the same? Well, it looks like it's right there though, so it really probably doesn't matter. This one here, they paid near full price on that one. So we're going to eliminate them. So it looks like people are paying an average of around 240 basically. And they're selling it around an average of 450. So there you go. So I would be trying to get it probably for 200 or less. The market has spoken. I'll be trying to get it for 200 or less to have some type of decent payday. All right. I think we have tapped out on that. So you can join the Telegram group where I'll come more, throughout the week without these lies. If you just text the word push, I think it is. Text the word push to 205-964-5243. And that'll get you, I think that's what it is, push.
Let me just ask you this, Ty, because I was responding again about the Cape Coral listed property earlier, where it was 52,000, and you was saying she got to get it like 25,000. Mm-hmm. So her question is, do I just let the seller know that I can't do what's under contract once I ran the numbers again?
Yeah, hopefully you have a due diligence period there, and you can just do that. Yeah, hopefully. I'm not sure what type of earnest money was involved, if any, but yeah, that's basically it.
And then she asked again, if the seller agrees for 20K on the property, the second property we was talking about that was 17, can I flip it for 25 to 30? No,
people are not paying that.
Right.
Yeah,
that's why I wanted to bring it up, because I wanted to.
Yeah. That's the purpose of us pulling up this information. We're seeing what people are paying. So if you're trying to sell something by, I guess you would say, arbitrage or whatever, by finding something, you try to find it for less than what people will pay for it. I know that this is exciting. People talk to you and you can put it under contract. I'll sell it to you. That ain't hard to do. The hard part is to get them to sell it to you at a price that makes sense, where you can make money. So, it basically just ask yourself, if everybody else is paying 17, you'll pay 22 for it. If you were personally buying it, no.
Yeah, because she's saying, I'm talking about the Cape Coral, but I was thinking both of them was in Cape.
Well, I'm talking about the one that was listed for 17.
Oh, the Lehigh. Okay.
Yeah, the one that was listed for 17,000.
Yeah,
I thought that's the one she had for like under contract for 22 or something like that, right?
Yeah, the Cape Coral.
Or she was.
Oh, okay. I guess she's saying if she could get that one for 20.
Yeah.
Which one? The 52,000 one.
Oh yeah, she'll get if you have it for 52 and she'll go down to 20. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, definitely that. Yeah.
Work your magic. But yeah, so if you want more comping, just text push to join the Telegram group. That'll get you in there. Want to be able to build your cash buyers list anywhere, know what they're paying, who's paying what, which helps you. If you know what they're paying, that helps you with negotiating with sellers, along with their contact information. Just text the word boss to 205-964-5243. You want to peek over my shoulder, shadow me. Text SPY, SPY, on the commercial real estate side of the game. So appreciate everyone that joined us this afternoon, this morning, depending on where you are. I don't think we have anything else we want to add from the thing. So, I guess just for some encouragement, might as well show my man Travis.
Okay.
Video. Some of y'all was here Wednesday and saw it, but we edited it down to make it a little bit more entertaining.
Baby, man. Will you tell this man? How many closings do I got this week?
She like, hold on.
Will you tell him how many? Tell him how many? I got 3 closings set up. I don't get less than 10,000, 15,000 a pop. off of any deal that I do. I remember you said that, big homie. You said the only way you're gonna create some motion for yourself, you're not gonna do no deals if your phone not ringing. That's what you said. And I said, yo, every day I have to make a phone call, get on the phone, talk to somebody, even if it's 15 minutes, have a conversation. I love to ask people wherever I'm standing. When I'm driving on the way to the grocery store to go run an errand, I'm looking at abandoned houses. It's immersed in my system now. Everything that I do when I wake up is real estate. You understand me? Man, this stuff has changed my life. You understand me, brother? No, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. You understand me? Because this stuff ain't taught every day. When I was wondering, and I was seeing what you was talking about, like, yeah, man, learn how I made $10,000 such and such. I'm like, man, how he talk? What he talking about? $10,000. He gotta be, man. And then I started implementing, and I put it together, and this serious. And so now the strategies that I've created for myself, as far as like finding leads, the thing is, as long as the world go round, as long as people die every day, a house just became available.
Yeah.
And that's a little gem I'm gonna put out there for somebody else. You can do what you want with that information. But the obituaries are my favorite section to read in the paper. The obituaries. You understand me? What are they talking about in the obituaries? Who is in the obituary? Oh, them the people I need to skip trace. Them the people I need to talk to about this house that this individual that is said, oh, such and such just died, such and such peacefully at their home. Such and such, or such and such, they are survived by XYZ, such and such. Oh, them are the heirs. Oh, them the people I need to contact too. Hey, listen, I apologize. Hey, I want to send my deepest condolences. However, what y'all gonna do with that house over there?
He owned it.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Stop playing on me, Flip, man. Hey, look here. OG Conhart, you put me in the game, dog. And I just want to give you your flowers. Flip, man, I just wanted to thank you, dog, for really changing my life with this real estate stuff, man, because I ain't thought about working no job ever going back. Man, it's because of your formulas and your teachers, my dog.
He definitely from Memphis. His energy.
Oh yeah. M-Town. Stand up. Oh yeah. All right,
but
guys.
No, you were saying that you've been into that already. The obituaries.
Yeah. When I first started, the guy that was he was a local trainer, coach, guru, whatever. That was one of his methods of generating leads. So I knew about it. I've never really pursued it.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that you do.
Yeah, I've been aware. That's basically how I started. You know what I'm saying? So, that you got to be a real gator to tackle them because people be emotional. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. I would imagine.
You got to be total gator, which he is. So,
definitely.
Yeah, most definitely. But all right, guys. So check us out. Subscribe, follow, share. Please share. And I like this. And as always, like to say, we'll see you on the FLIPSIDE.
Flip man, it's the flip man. You want some money in your hand? Flipping houses without credit or your cash. Hit that bag.
Gotta still be on here.